Hey guys, and welcome back to the latest video. This video is covering chapter 297 of Black Clover, which continues the fight of Noelle Silva versus Vonica. This chapter has a ton of action, so without further ado, let's hop right into the contents of what this chapter has. The chapter begins and we see the sadism of Vonica, who clearly is enjoying the immense combat spectacle that is Noelle's new form within Sacred Valkyrie. Noelle is clearly handling this fight extremely well, showing her battle prowess and how intense of a power-up she recently received. It's clear she's able to combat Vonica with relative ease and cuts up Vonica in a succession of panels that have entirely a ton going on action-wise. With more and more of a beatdown, we see Noelle tell Vonica that she loses, which, as we know from every anime and every manga ever, that this usually isn't the case whenever a character says that. Vonica responds with a look of almost carnal pleasure, saying how pleasurable this feels and questions if this fight is the feeling of friendship. Here we see Vonica as clearly just someone who lives by pure pleasure and impulse and doesn't know typical feelings of friendship and misassociates sadistic fulfillment with friendship instead. However, before Noelle is able to fight, we see a voice speak and tell Vonica that although she is interesting, likely referring to her odd delightfulness within this fight, but she tells her that this won't do, and we see darkness spew out of Vonica, and Noelle, with a shock, immediately knows something is up and has immense fear. This individual who just spoke, who's clearly Megicula, says that there are three souls of three powerful mages of the same gender in one area, and that all the preparations for her descent are complete, and we see Charlotte's flowers begin to decay around them. From there, we are shown Megicula's true form, and she looks like the embodiment of what I imagine a villain to be, and frankly, she looks absolutely incredible while holding Vonica's body in her hands. Can we just take a second to appreciate how cool of a villain this looks? Holy hell, this artwork is absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait for it to be animated. Megicula states that although she's developed an attachment to Vonica, that she needs both Vonica and Lolo Chica to die and she'll be able to fully manifest, which is terrible news for our Magic Knights. Megicula, in her newly awakened form, states that she'll let Noelle and them brawl one more time, and that whenever they die, at least they'll die together so they won't be too lonely. And the chapter ends here. This chapter has shown the monster of Megicula that has long been awaited. We found out last chapter when Asier Silva fought Vonica, she was able to protect her children from Vonica, but gave up her life in the process. However, that was just versus Vonica, guys, and now Noelle is about to face off versus Megicula, who is inarguably much stronger than Vonica ever was. Noelle, with her power-up, has shown so much immense promise and is seen to be chosen by the water deity, so I have faith that Noelle will be able to at least stall a bit and give Asta some time to recover, as we know he is the key to winning this all. From what we've seen so far from three of these devils, Megicula seems to be absolutely fear-inducing and a monster within itself. Lucifero, I feel like he's kind of been a letdown from what we've seen so far, and a lot of these hosts for these devils seem to be absolutely controlled by the devils that live within them and not the other way around, which is what I was hoping for. But it kind of shows that these three hosts, although they are terrible people, and that although their desires are absolutely abhorrent, they aren't the true monsters of this series. It's the devils, which I guess should have been expected, but there's still a lot of promise within Xenon, and I have some speculation that Xenon isn't as entirely controlled by the devil like Dante and Vonica both are. So I'm looking forward to see Xenon's devil and more of him as he fights, because as we know, he bodied the entire Golden Dawn by himself, whereas Dante was completely defeated by Asta and Yami, and although both of them are extremely powerful and Asta's kind of busted, we see that they are defeatable. But Xenon, we have not seen any crack in any of his power, which is absolutely fear-inducing, and I'm sure we're going to see more of it super soon. Black Clover chapters always are super short and fast-paced with a ton of action, so I can't wait for the anime to resume so we can see the adaptation of these beautiful fights that are currently taking place. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and want more Black Clover content, please don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all next time.